Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this historical clash from the foggy streets of 19th century London, the famous Immortal Game between Adolf Anderssen and Lionel Kieseritzky. The stakes are, well, bragging rights, and if you can believe it, glory that has endured for over 170 years. Adolf, I found the game Anderssen, is ready to duel Lionel Kieseritzky, who's here with more names than you might find in his opening repertoire. 1. E4 E5. A classic start, like the first note of Beethoven's Fifth, echoing through the historical concert hall of chess. Napoleon played E4 quite famously too, but his opponent over here doesn't have a cannon, thankfully. 2. F4 EXF4. Anderssen opts for the king's gambit. Why? Because castling is for cowards. Kieseritzky accepts the bait like a fish hooked on a line. 3. BC4 plus. The good old check. That's more of a mosquito bite of a threat. Anderssen might just need an umbrella for the incoming pawn storm. 4. KFB5. They call it B5, the daring deflection. Somewhere in the future, Daniel Cochran is taking notes. 5. Beaks B5 NF6. We're going horseback riding. NF6 is Black's knight coming out to play, but could it backfire? 6. NF3. And back goes the queen like she's doing the tango around the board, eyeing everything mischievously. A strategic equivalent of saying boo to the white bishop, maybe a bit harmless, but could be annoying. 8. Ench4 Cube 5. Meanwhile, the queen continues her merry tour, stopping every now and then to admire the view from the king's side. 9. NF5 C6. Anderssen throws a knight into the fray. Kieseritzky responds with a pawn push, possibly planning a less conventional vacation home for his queen. 10. More dancing, more knights being whimsically repositioned, but the tension is scaling like a high-note choir segment. R1 CXB5. The rook slides into play, the pawn's gone parasailing. The tension is now as palpable as the unspoken words in a Victorian novel. Anderssen, not one to wait, charges with H4, provoking the queen. The atmosphere is so thick, you could slice it with an ivory chess piece. 13. H5 QG5. 14. Look at that king, sitting on F1, like someone who didn't get the memo to leave the party early. And now knight retreats. Running scared? 15. QF6. Anderssen captures with BXF4, opening Pandora's box of threats. The queen pretends to notice a distant cousin far off on F6. 60 BC5, a hint of normalcy, perhaps? Kieseritzky challenges Anderssen's center. Everyone gasp collectively. 17. Oh, boy. The Black Queen takes a stroll down Boulevard of Blunders. Grab your popcorn, folks. 18. Oh, Kieseritzky trades his pride for a night snack, or is it an appetizer? 19. E5. Eek. Anderssen is getting ready to flip the board over, metaphorically speaking. 20. 2. Na6 King joins the party at E2, a couple of moves later than fashionably late. The mood effort here could tie anyone in knots like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube from scratch. 21. NX G7 plus D8. Another knight leapfrog. Anderssen's knights are like dancers, moving with unpredictable grace. Black is reeling. 22. QF6, NX F6. Oh, snap. It's a check, a beautiful crescendo in this symphonic clash. 23. And it's over. Anderssen seals the deal with a royal checkmate using the bishop. And there you have it, folks, the particularly inspiring checkered history eulogy. Post-game summary. What a ride. Adolf Artful Anderssen lives up to his name, crafting a memorable tapestry of gambit glory. Lionel Kieseritzky, well, he was left holding a basket of blunders as potatoes turned into French fries. Missed opportunities. Yes, a handful. But history will remember this as chess's equivalent of the Mona Lisa. Remember, folks, when in doubt, trust the knights. They might just dance your way to victory. Sorry, Kieseritzky, but you finally met an opponent who brought a knight to a queen fight and won. Congratulations, Anderssen. Chess immortality never looked so splendid. Quiz time. What would you have done differently when Kieseritzky played bxg1? Would you have ordered the knight back, a grand retreat? Or, certainly, a different path could have been carved. Consider it as you write your own history in chess play. And thus ends this salivating dive into the past, like a novel you never want to end. See you next game, if you dare, lest we wander into the ranks of the forgotten pawn.